Hello and welcome to a new video in which we shall discuss even and odd functions using graphs. So you should know that an even function has f of x equals f of negative x. And on a graph, this means that, for example, if you put 2 here and negative 2, they have to give you the exact same value of y. So the corresponding y value has to be the same for f of 2 and f of negative 2. So even functions will always be symmetrical about the y-axis. This is the y-axis here. And they will always show a symmetry about the y-axis. What about odd functions? So for odd functions, f of x is the same as the negative of f of negative x. So how does that reflect on the graph? So if we have, for example, x power 3, the graph of x power 3 looks something like this. So if you have 3 here, you're going to get 27. If you put negative 3, you have to get negative 27. So this is the function of x power 3. It's odd because f of 3 is 27 and f of negative 3 is negative 27. So how do we interpret that graphically? There has to be a symmetry about the origin. So this part of the graph is the reflection of this part of the graph about the origin. So even functions reflect over the y-axis and odd functions reflect over the origin. So for example, in the problem given here, you can see that this is odd because it reflects about the origin. If you look at the origin as a mirror, you can see that this part here is a reflection of this part. And then this part here is a reflection of this part. And finally, this part is a reflection of this part right there. So this is an odd function. It's odd because it is symmetrical about the origin. Let's try another one. So this is obviously symmetrical about the y-axis. See this part here reflects onto this part. So this is even, the graph is even because it is symmetrical about the y-axis. So watch out because this graph, for example, it is symmetrical about the line, about this middle line here, but this is not the y-axis and it's not the origin. So this graph is neither even nor odd because it is not symmetrical over the y-axis or about the origin. This one here is back to odd because you can see that this graph is reflected over this graph and so on and so forth. This is reflected over this and this here is reflected over this part. So therefore, this is an odd graph because it is symmetrical about the origin. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope this has been beneficial. Thank you for watching.